You've been exercising your dog wrong. Every walk, every run, every game of fetch. Wrong. This is the workout your dog actually needs. And most dog owners will never believe that until they understand what's happening inside their dog's brain right now. Welcome to Paws Chronicles, the Canine Mindset channel. Today we decode why your dogs sniff. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to completely change how you walk your dog, and your dog is going to sleep better tonight than it has in months. Here's what most of us were taught about dogs and exercise. Tire them out. A tired dog is a good dog. Run them, play fetch, do the full 45 minutes, and you'll get a calm, settled pet. And that's not wrong exactly. But it's dangerously incomplete. Because physical exercise and mental exercise do completely different things to a dog's brain. And for most dogs living in apartments, in cities, in houses with fenced yards, they are getting mountains of physical stimulation and almost zero of what their brain is starving for. You know that dog? The one that just got back from a 45-minute run and is still restless. Still whining. Still can't settle. That's not a bad dog. That's a mentally undernourished dog. And the answer is right there, at the end of their face. Let's go inside the nose for a second. A human nose has roughly 6 million scent receptors. Your dog's nose has up to 300 million. But the receptor count isn't even the most interesting part. The part of a dog's brain dedicated to analyzing smell, the olfactory cortex, is, proportionally, 40 times larger than yours. 40 times. That means when your dog puts their nose to the ground and starts sniffing, they're not just smelling the grass. They are reading. They're reading who walked here. When. What that animal ate that morning. Whether it was scared. Whether it was healthy. Every blade of grass is a paragraph. Every lamppost is a novel. And when we yank them away, come on, let's go, we don't have time, we're pulling them out of the middle of a sentence. We're doing to our dogs what someone does to you when they close your book in the middle of the most interesting chapter. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Cortisol. That's the stress hormone. And dogs, just like humans, carry it around in their system long after the stressful thing is over. The car ride that freaked your dog out at 9 a.m.? That cortisol is still circulating at 2 p.m. The dog that barked outside the window? Your dog's body hasn't finished processing that yet. This is called a cortisol hangover. And it's why your dog can seem anxious or reactive for no reason hours after something scary happened. Scent-based activity is one of the most effective cortisol regulators we know of in dogs. When a dog is actively sniffing, nose to the ground, processing information, their brain is in a focused, parasympathetic state. The opposite of fight or flight. Think of it like this. Physical exercise without mental engagement is like running on a treadmill staring at a wall. Your body is tired but your mind is still spinning. Sniff work is the puzzle. It absorbs the mind completely. And when the mind is absorbed, cortisol drops. Breathing slows. Muscles soften. Research suggests that a focused 20-minute sniff session can reduce stress markers more effectively than an hour of leashed walking at a human pace. That exhale you see at the end of a good sniff walk? That's not tiredness. That's your dog's nervous system finally letting go. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most owners who think they're letting their dog sniff aren't. They're giving their dog 8 seconds on a blade of grass before the leash tightens. They're allowing sniffing when they decide it's time, not when the dog needs it. They're rushing the sniff to get to the real walk. And the dog learns something from that. It learns that sniffing is borrowed time. That the calm is about to be interrupted. That it has to rush. And a rushed sniff is almost useless. The olfactory system needs time to engage fully. The first 30 seconds of sniffing is just warm-up. The brain doesn't shift into that deep, parasympathetic, cortisol-lowering state until the dog has been sniffing uninterrupted for several minutes. This is why sniff breaks during fast walks don't work as well. You're pulling them out before the system activates. The real sniff walk looks boring to humans. The dog is barely moving. You're just standing there. Strangers walk past and wonder what you're doing. But inside that dog's brain, a full, rich information processing session is running. Cortisol is dropping. The nervous system is resetting. This is what calm looks like in a dog. Not exhaustion. Satisfaction. Not every dog sniffs the same way. Scent hounds, beagles, bloodhounds, basset hounds, were literally bred to follow nose trails for hours. Scent work isn't enrichment for them. It's oxygen. Deprive a beagle of sniffing and you'll see what true frustration looks like. Herding breeds, border collies, Australian shepherds, are visually oriented and may be less naturally inclined to slow sniff walks. They still benefit enormously from it, but you may need to introduce it more deliberately. And senior dogs? This is where sniff work becomes transformative. An older dog who can't run anymore, whose joints hurt, who you think has slowed down, that dog still has a brain running at full speed. Physical exercise options narrow with age. Sniff options don't. A 12-year-old Labrador who can barely jog can spend 20 minutes with their nose in a patch of leaves and come home mentally satisfied in a way that a 5-minute forced walk never achieves. Age takes the legs. It doesn't take the nose. A sniffari is not a complicated thing. But it requires you to do something most people find genuinely difficult. Let the dog lead. That's it. That's the core of it. The dog chooses where to go. The dog chooses how long to stay. You follow. You wait. You trust the process? Here are 3 levels to start with. Level 1. A dedicated 10-minute block at the start or end of your regular walk. No agenda. No destination. The leash goes loose. You follow the nose. No checking your phone. No tugging. Just you, your dog, and whatever fascinating paragraph is written on that fire hydrant. Do this 3 times a week and within a week you'll notice your dog settling faster after walks. Level 2. A full 20 to 30 minute sniffari as its own event, separate from exercise walks. Pick a low-stimulus environment, a quiet street, a park with few dogs, a field. Let the dog set every direction. Time it. Don't cut it short. This is the format that produces the most significant cortisol reduction. Dogs who do this regularly show measurably lower baseline anxiety. Level 3. Indoor sniff sessions for days when going out isn't possible. A snuffle mat, fabric strips that hide kibble or treats, activates the same olfactory engagement. Scatter feeding across the floor. Hide treats in crinkled paper bags. Let your dog work for their dinner with their nose. 10 minutes of indoor sniff work on a rainy day is better for your dog's mental state than another hour of walking in circles in the rain. 2 signs your dog is mentally undernourished and needs more sniff time. Sign 1, they can't settle after exercise. They run, they play, they come home, and they're still wound up. Still pacing. Still can't lie down and exhale. Physical tiredness without mental satisfaction looks exactly like this. Sign 2, and this one surprises people, excessive licking. Licking is a self-soothing behavior. A dog that licks compulsively, floors, paws, their own legs, is often a dog whose brain is running hot and has found the only calming mechanism it knows. Sniff work gives them a better one. Your dog was never asking for more miles. They were asking for more meaning. More information. More engagement with the world at the level their brain was built to process it. The nose is the organ they were designed around. Everything else, the legs, the speed, the stamina, those came second. So the next time your dog stops to sniff something and you feel the urge to pull them along, pause. Wait. Let them finish the sentence. If this changed how you think about your dog's walks, there's one more thing I want you to watch. It goes even deeper on dog stress signals, the ones most owners never recognize until it's too late. I'll link it in the description and at the end screen. And if this helped, share it with one dog owner who still rushes their dog past every interesting smell. They need to see this. See you in the next one.